But what if every night your cat is trying to tell you something and you've been completely missing it? That quiet moment when your female cat curls up beside you, it feels simple, comforting, maybe even random, but it's not. And once you understand what's really happening in those silent hours, you'll never look at her the same way again. Because behind that soft purring, behind that stillness, there's a message most cat owners never decode. And tonight, we're going to uncover it. Most people believe their cat sleeps with them for one reason. Warmth. That's the easy answer, the comfortable answer, but it's also wrong. Because cats are experts at finding heat, they have endless options. Sunlight. Laptops. Blankets hidden in quiet corners. So if warmth was all she needed, she wouldn't keep choosing you again and again and again. Here's where it gets interesting. Sleep for a cat is the most dangerous state they can be in. In the wild, it's when they're most vulnerable, most exposed at risk. Every instinct in her body is wired to avoid sleeping near anything unpredictable, especially something much larger than her. And yet every night she walks past safer places, quieter places hidden. She's chosen you as that figure. But there's another layer. Most people never notice what happens right before their cat settles down. She rubs against you. Presses her head into your arm. Maybe even circles your body before lying down. It looks like affection. And it is, but it's also something deeper. Cats live in a world built on scent. It's how they define territory, identity, and family. When your cat presses against you before sleep, she's activating scent glands around her face, her body, her tail. She's leaving part of herself on you, but when she stays there sleeping pressed against your skin, something more subtle happens. She's blending your scent with hers, creating a shared identity. In the wild, this is how cats recognize members of their colony. A shared scent means safety, and it means this one belongs. So when your female cat sleeps beside you night after night, she's claiming you in the most intimate way she knows. You are part of her world now, and she wants the world to know it. But watch closely, because where she chooses to sleep reveals even more. If she positions herself near your head, there's a reason. If she faces the door, there's a reason. Even when she turns her back to you, there's a meaning behind it. Because deep inside, your cat still carries the instincts of a predator. And predators understand protection. You might think she's small, harmless, just looking for comfort. But in her mind, she has a role. She's not just sleeping. She's watching, guarding, calculating her position in the room. If she sleeps facing the door, she's monitoring the entry point. If she stays near your head, she's protecting your most vulnerable area. And if she turns her back to you completely, something even more powerful is happening. She's showing you the highest level of trust possible. Because in the cat world, turning your back means, I don't need to watch you. I know you won't hurt me. That's not distance. That's confidence. And then, there's the way she looks at you right before she falls asleep. This is where most people miss the message completely. The slow blink. The half-closed eyes. That soft, almost sleepy stare. It doesn't look important. But it is, because in feline psychology, eye contact is everything. Direct staring can be a threat. But slow blinking? That's the opposite. It's a signal of peace, of safety, of emotional closeness. When your female cat looks at you with heavy eyelids blinking slowly before she sleeps, she's communicating in the only language she knows. She's telling you, I feel safe enough to let go. And if you've ever noticed her staring at you in the dark, eyes wide, pupils dilated, not moving, that's something else entirely. It might feel unsettling. But it's not what you think. It's not random. And it's not meaningless. In fact, it's one of the most instinct-driven behaviors she has. And what it really means is something almost no cat owner understands. Yet. But before we go deeper into that, there's something important you need to notice. Because once you see it, you won't be able to unseen it. And it changes everything about how you understand your cat. And if this is starting to make sense, take a second, hit like and subscribe. Because what we're about to uncover next goes even deeper into how your cat sees you, not just as an owner, but as something much more important. And the next part might completely change the way you interpret her behavior, especially at night. And this is where everything shifts, because up until now, it might have felt like your cat was simply choosing you. But what if she's also studying you, watching you in ways you never realized? Let's go deeper into that stare, the one that happens in the middle of the night. You wake up, it's quiet, and there she is, sitting still, eyes wide, pupils dilated, locked onto you, not moving, not blinking, just watching. Most people feel a slight chill when this happens, like something is off. But here's the truth. That stare? It's not random. It's instinct. At her core, your cat is both predator and observer. Dilated pupils mean heightened awareness. Her brain is fully alert, processing movement, sound, even your breathing patterns. She's not just looking at you, she's analysing you. Because in the wild, survival depends on reading subtle changes. And you, even in sleep, are a source of constant signals. Your chest rising and falling, the rhythm of your heartbeat, small twitches in your muscles. To her, this is information. And when she stares at you like that, she's not being distant, she's being present, in the most instinctive way possible. But here's where it gets emotional. That same behaviour shifts when your bond deepens. The stare softens, the intensity fades, and something else replaces it. You've seen it before, but maybe never understood it. The half-closed eyes. That slow, relaxed gaze, where she looks at you almost like she's about to fall asleep mid-stare. This is what behaviourists call the trust stare. It's one of the rarest signals a cat can give, because it means she's choosing not to stay fully alert. She's lowering her guard while still looking at you. And that is emotional vulnerability. In the animal world, vulnerability is dangerous, but your cat does it anyway, in your presence. Why? Because somewhere along the way, you stopped being unpredictable. You became safe. You became familiar. You became hers. And then there's the slow blink. This one is subtle. So subtle, most people miss it completely. She looks at you, blinks slowly, holds eye contact again, blinks once more. It almost feels like nothing. But in feline language, this is everything. It's the equivalent of a smile, a signal of peace, a quiet "I trust you." Studies in animal behaviour have shown that cats are more likely to approach humans who slow blink at them. It's a learned emotional exchange. So when your female cat does this before sleep, she's not just relaxing, she's communicating. She's saying, "We're connected." And if you've ever tried slow blinking back and noticed her respond, then you've already had a conversation without realising it. But there's something even deeper happening at night. Something that goes beyond trust, beyond instinct, into something almost protective. Have you ever felt your cat move closer to you when you're stressed or unwell? Maybe she presses tighter against your body, or suddenly chooses to sleep closer to your face. That's not coincidence. Cats are incredibly sensitive to changes in your body chemistry. They can detect shifts in cortisol, your stress hormone. They can hear irregularities in your heartbeat. They can sense changes in your breathing patterns. And when something feels off, they adjust. Their position, their distance, their behaviour. It's a silent response to your internal state. In a way, your cat is performing a kind of nighttime wellness check. Staying close, not because she needs comfort, but because she senses you might. And this is where the bond becomes something more than companionship. It becomes caretaking. Because in her mind, you're not just a human. You're part of her social circle, her family, her responsibility. And sometimes that responsibility shows up in unexpected ways. Like grooming. If you've ever woken up to your cat licking your hair or gently nuzzling your face, you might have thought it was strange or even annoying. But in her world, it's one of the deepest signs of affection. This behaviour is called allo grooming. It's reserved for bonded cats, siblings, mothers and kittens. It's how cats maintain social bonds, strengthen relationships, show care. So when your female cat grooms you while you sleep, she's not being random. She's treating you as one of her own. She sees you as part of her colony. And in that moment, you're no longer just her owner. You're family. But here's the part most people aren't prepared for. What happens when all of this suddenly stops? No more sleeping beside you. No more soft stares. No more slow blinks. Just distance. Silence. Space. Most people ignore it. They assume their cat is just being moody or independent. But that's a mistake, because cats don't break patterns without a reason. If your female cat has been sleeping with you consistently and suddenly chooses not to, she's communicating again, just in a different way. Sometimes it's physical. Pain, discomfort. Cats instinctively isolate themselves when something feels wrong. It's a survival mechanism. inherited from their wild ancestors, or other times, it's environmental. A new smell, a new person, a shift in routine, something that feels small to you can feel overwhelming to her. And sometimes, it's emotional. A negative experience in the bedroom, a loud noise, a moment of fear. Cats remember feelings and attach them to places. If that sense of safety is disrupted, even briefly, she may pull away. Not because she stopped trusting you, but because something in her world no longer feels predictable. And this is where your awareness matters. Because everything we've talked about, the sleeping, the staring, the blinking, the closeness, none of it was random. It was communication. It was her way of building a connection, step by step, night after night. So if that connection changes, you have to listen. Not with words, but with observation, with patience, with understanding. Because to her, that nightly ritual was never small. It was everything. And here's the truth most people never realize. Your female cat has been talking to you all along. Not with sounds, but with presence, with behavior, with silent signals that carry more meaning than words ever could. And the moment you start seeing them, really seeing them, your relationship changes forever. Because now, you're not just living with your cat, you're finally understanding her.